I told you guys, I told you. I don't trust anyone. I don't trust anyone in this politician, in this politic environment. I don't trust anyone. Doesn't matter how innocent you look. Doesn't matter how nice, accurate, how accurate sometimes you are when you man, where is English now?
Oh my gosh!
When you articulate yourself, how articulate you are, how good you are in terms of speaking. I don't trust politicians. Now we've got this thing here. Now you would expect that, okay, maybe because it was the minister that did what he did, okay, with the Minister of Higher Education, okay, because he did what he did, and then they fought, and then they won, and then she's gone. And then Mr. Manamela, which in my opinion, I was happy for him, because he's been a deputy minister, I don't know for how long in this space, and he got an opportunity to actually get there and do the do's. And guess what? Mr. Manamela goes and does something, and I'm listening to the chairperson also. You know, guys, there are people that when they get into propositions, into places, and then you are like, you see, these guys are going to do well. These ones are going to do well. I trust them. At that moment, you just say, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. And then they get into places, into doing those positions. And when they're supposed to hold people accountable, and the minister, when he's supposed to be, I don't know, man, what is going on? I told you, don't trust anyone in this politics, okay? Especially if the people that needs to be held accountable, they are from the same party. It's never going to happen. Anyway, let's take a listen to this. This is actually a response after Mr. Manamela has actually appointed some people in the SETA and all of that, so they don't agree with those people because some of them they are accused, or it's alleged they said that they are members of the ANC, whatever, and all of that. Now this guy is going to talk and he's going to respond to those type of things. It's just a controversial story. Let's go. I hope you enjoy this, ladies and gentlemen, and please like the video. That would be very appreciated. Okay, let's go.
The controversy is here for people who may not know what's going on here. What do you know about the appointment of 3 administrators and what was wrong?
But to start with, so the minister on Tuesday, the 18th, the 19th of August, wrote to me as the portfolio committee chair and said, Chair, I've decided to put these 3 sitters under administration because of governance collapse, maladministration, and all of that, just a blanket approach. And then here are the 3 people that I'm putting in these sitters.
As administrators?
As administrators.
All
then
right.
I wrote to him and I said, all well and good. The Act empowers you as the minister to do so. But to help us as the portfolio committee to account properly to the people of South Africa, please give us reasons for each sitter. Say sitter X, I put them under administration because of 1, 2, and 3. Right. So I wrote to him on the same day, the 19th of August. We wrote not because we want to undermine his responsibilities that are given to him by the Skills Development Act as a minister, but so that we could be able to account to the people of South Africa. You remember, our bosses are the people who voted for us. So I did write to him. He responded to me on Saturday. When he responded to me, he said, I'm subjecting this thing to the Public Service Commission, and I'm willing to come before you to account. And I've wrote to him again today, indicating to him that Chapter 55 of the Constitution of South Africa indicates that he accounts to the portfolio committee, he accounts to the people of South Africa through the portfolio committee. Yeah. And we have asked him questions. We expect answers to those questions. And even though we accept that he wants to appear before the committee, but he can't, that borders on him dictating on how we as the portfolio committee should hold him accountable. So we still want him to come to respond to the questions, one.
Right.
We don't mind him going to the Public Service Commission, but as a member of Cabinet, Section 92, subsection 2 of the Constitution of South Africa gives us in fact, instructs him to respond to us as the portfolio committee.
Okay, I'm afraid we're going to lose the viewers, and I don't want them to lose their attention. So let's simplify matters.
Yeah.
You speak about the Public Service Commission, that the minister has now decided to go there. But something happened before he decided that he was going to go to the Public Service Commission. What happened? Can I tell you what happened quickly? And you tell me if I'm wrong. He appoints these 3 administrators. Turns out that these are ANC-linked people. Is that when he decides to go to the Public Service Commission? Do we have the same understanding?
No. Who are the linked, ANC-linked people there? I only know one person who used to lead the Youth League long time ago, which is Letlogonolo Masoga. I don't know if Opankwana has ever been associated with the ANC. I don't know if Zugile Mvalo has been associated with the ANC. So I don't think that's a correct framing of it.
Fine. Yeah. So you are therefore questioning what the Democratic Alliance seems to suggest here, and that is that these are ANC-linked people. But we've established that at least one person is linked to the African National Congress. So let's deal with that particular individual, where they fit for this particular appointment of one of these 3 seaters that they were now going to be in charge of as an administrator.
The Democratic Alliance makes blanket statements all the time. They are in a campaign mode all the time. So you must take what.
Chairperson, no, Chairperson, no, sir. I'm very sorry. That is why I sometimes have a problem with these chairpersons, especially chairpersons. I'm very sorry, but chairpersons from the ANC. That's why sometimes I have a problem with them, because everything that the opposition does, they just have to be suspicious. Even if people are accurate, even if people are correct, even if the complaints of the people that they are working with, the other parties, the opposition parties, they always think there is ulterior motive. All right? I don't know why. You can't just come and even say, yeah, the DA, they always have some, what? I don't know, you use a term, yeah. In other words, they've got some political what. Always, really. Are you serious? It happened now. It happened now with the previous Minister of Higher Education. All right? If they were not there, that lady was going to continue to be the Minister of Higher Education. But because they were there, they exposed things. The EFF was there, exposed things. MK Part was there, exposed things. You were not going to know. You were going to just see. People think that because it's a GNU now. You are involved with other people. You are not going to have it nice. If it was according to those days when the ANC was still, sweet sailing there, nice sweet, you could have done that maybe. Not today. No, my guy. You see, they will start to have a problem on you now. They will be questioning the chairperson. Because he's always saying, yeah, the DA, and these opposition parties, they are playing a political political game. I don't know why. Don't do that, chairperson. That is why we find people who are wrong in these positions, because you guys, you think everyone just want to eat you alive. It's not always like that. There are people who are genuine. And when they expose things, because it's an opposition, then people, they want us to to just be blind on them. Because when they expose things, we have to look at that. We have to look at what is the problem. And then the chairperson is chairperson. You see, that is why I was saying, this chairperson, young pork.
They say with a very pinch of salt, because it's not necessarily the truth. But to answer your question on whether Letlogonolo Masoga is fit to be an administrator or not. I think as the portfolio committee chair, I have a responsibility, one, of when we question, if it gets to that point, when we question the fitness to hold office of these individuals, they must not use what I would have said here as my opinion against the portfolio committee, not to take them to task. So as the chairperson, because I'm the spokesperson of the portfolio committee or the face of the portfolio committee, I have a responsibility to be very cautious, not to make my opinion public, because it's me who at the end, after we've questioned all of these things, who must make a ruling to say this is what we've found about you or disappointment. And therefore it's like when judges don't make their opinions public when they are to deal with a specific matter. I mean,
can I stop you?
Yes.
Can I stop you?
Yeah.
All right. It's one simple question.
Yes.
The question is the abilities of Lehlohonolo Masoga. Now, you say the public must take what the Democratic Alliance says with a pinch of salt because they are on a permanent campaign mode. The same could be said for you. You belong to the African National Congress, but the portfolio committee members would expect you to be neutral as chairperson. Is that what you are demonstrating here and now? Because you haven't answered the question about whether Lehlohonolo Masoga is fit and proper to be an administrator of one of these SETAs. What is the problem with answering just that question?
No, I've answered the question. It's just I've not answered the way you wanted, and I'm explaining why, as the chairperson, members of the portfolio committee of other political parties have got no responsibility to represent Parliament. Like they represent their political parties. I represent Parliament. So whatever I say, and I've tried to make an example about judges. A judge, for an example, irrespective of their own opinion, they will still have to listen to what is being brought forward by this or that. Yeah. So I can't raise my opinion. But if your now question is different, you are asking from what we have seen, the papers, the academic requirements or academic achievements that you have, that is it fit and proper for that? I think if you look at his CV, he used to be a CEO of the Mercado at SCZ, which suggests that at least he does have.
Now we are going to listen to Mr. Lonzi. You know, Lonzi, the EFF guy, is going to be speaking there and speaking, also responding to what is happening with the SETA thing and everything like that. Let's take a listen to him. I don't know what's going on, my man. You know, it's fine. Let's go.
Sense of hope in South Africa. Yeah. But I think all of us are quite disappointed now because we're beginning to realize that we have in fact replaced a tendency with another tendency. He's not behaving any different from his predecessor, who was flaunting processes, who was undermining due process and the Higher Education Act and the many other acts in the department which guide how things should take place. So, I mean, even his suggestion that he's now taking this thing to the Public Services Commission, what is he doing? He's investigating himself because he's the one who took the decision.
So you're not moved by that?
So we're not moved by that. I think, if anything, he's undermining the intelligence of the people of South Africa, of the many young people in South Africa whom the SETAs are supposed to serve. So we don't see that as any deliberate act. If the minister wants to do what is right, he must withdraw the unlawful decision that he has taken to put these three SETAs under administration without following due process.
Let's highlight your concerns here. You've raised questions about the legality of these appointees. Beyond the legal technicalities, what does this episode tell us about the ministerial power that is being exercised in South Africa?
I think certainly as a portfolio committee and parliament, we must talk about this because these unilateral decisions that ministers can just take without any accountability must be able to come to an end. I mean, we made quite early in the year proposals even to the then minister that when it comes to certain boards in the department, why don't we democratize this process? I mean, we look at how the JSC operates when they interview the judges. You've got a panel of different stakeholders from, the legal fraternity. You've got your judges, your lawyers, even political parties are represented. they go through a very vigorous process to try and ascertain who can then become the next Chief Justice or whatever, what you may. And then they still submit to the president. And based on that work that they would have done, the president then takes a decision. But it would have been a democratized process than this thing of just waking up in the morning and someone is appointed as an administrator. And as we have said in our letter, we have the strong view that under the Skills Development Act, 14A was violated, 15.1 was violated, including 15.4. So even before we arrive at how corrupt and dodgy the people of the ANC that he has appointed to be the administrators, the process itself, we hold a strong view that it was not followed.
I want us to crystallize that point. Section 15 of the Skills Development Act is meant to protect SETAs from arbitrary political decisions. In your assessment, has the minister undermined the very spirit of the law here?
He has totally undermined it. So if you read 14A, it says before a minister places a SETA under administration, it must give written instructions to the SETA. 15.1 then says the minister must consult the National Skills Authority and the SETA in question. We believe that this did not happen.
Yeah.
Now, if the minister wants to invoke 15.4, which says in very serious cases of emergency or urgency, the minister may bypass the consultation. But even there, he must be able to give reasons. There must be deep financial problems. He must effectively be saying the SETA is in total collapse, and if he does not act now, things are going to be bad. But we don't see that urgency. Why? Because he was already undergoing board appointments in any case. He did a press conference not so long ago and said, we're going to finalize board appointments by the end of August or mid-September or so. The process of board chairpersons has been closed. We're going to make sure the process is transparent. So why do you bring an administrator as opposed to bringing a board? Because an administrator is one individual. You collapse the whole governance of the entity, and one individual gets to take decisions on behalf of the whole SETA. Whereas if you've got a full board, you've got people from private sector, you've got the unions, you've got the various constituencies of the SETAs, decisions are taken as a collective. That's good governance. That's King's Code. Now, what we're seeing now is a total capture, or rather attempt to capture of these three SETAs, and we're not going to stand by and allow it.
Sihle, by placing these SETAs under administration for 12 months, you argue that the boards are effectively being sidelined here. Let's speak about the risk. What risk does this concentration of power in the hands of one administrator, what does it pose for accountability and issues around oversight as well?
You're quite correct. It poses great risk. As I said, you can't have one individual. I mean, this guy, if you read the Gazette, he's going to participate on who becomes the CEO. If he decides to bring in a forensic company, he's going to terminate certain contracts. He's going to, take decisions unilaterally. Yes, they say you'll do it in consultation with the DG or the minister, but it's just the three of them. Whereas if you've got a full composition of the board, even if the board does wrong things, we still have eyes and ears of, 2 or 3 or 4 other honest individuals who participate in the board. So we can never agree to a single individual having the power that is supposed to be democratized and shared amongst a group of different constituencies that are represented in the SETAs. Now, here's the modus operandi that they do, these guys. They bring in an administrator. They then appoint a highly overpriced, what they call a forensic firm. The forensic firm then does some, shoddy investigation, and then they look at the major contracts in the SETAs. They say, no, this was irregular, this was irregular. They terminate those contracts, and then they re-advertise those contracts. That's where the patronage, that's where the corruption, that's where the looting starts to happen. So there's no justification why the minister wouldn't just simply complete the process of appointing new board members. We're almost done, we're here. Let at least come back to us after a year or two and say, we made a mistake in the appointment of these boards. By the way, if you look at the history of the construction SETA, it was put under administration twice by Minister Blade Zimande. The Duja report, which is a report that was birthed out of the former administrator, we're not even done dealing with the Duja report. We have another administrator. It's totally nonsensical.
Sihle, before we let you go, many ordinary South Africans also may see this as just another political dispute. Can you connect the dots for us here? How do these appointees directly affect skills development, for instance, job readiness, and issues around opportunities for young people especially?
I think, and this is why this becomes so painful. Because if we look at the post-secondary sector, a lot of us like to talk about universities and TVET colleges. But those two entities can only take up about an odd 1.8 million students, in public education. We've got a lot of young people, what we call the NEET youth. They are not in education. They are not in employment and training. They are in the communities. We're supposed to locate them in the CET colleges. They are supposed to participate, in the upskilling through the SETAs. They are supposed to be getting help through the National Skills Fund. But what we're seeing here is that all of these entities that were supposed to absorb the youth that we don't find in institutions of higher learning, the young people we don't find in the TVET sector, the young people we don't find in jobs, take them in, upskill them, give them the necessary skills so that they're able to contribute to the economy of South Africa. What do we see instead? That money is simply being used to advance patronage, to advance corruption, and recipher and redirect it to the programs of the ANC and the South African Communist Party. But that 26 billion rands annually was supposed to serve the many unemployed young people who are depressed, who are hopeless, who are languishing in the streets, who are languishing in the communities. And that is what the real fight is about now. Yes, it may seem like it's politics, but it's not just politics, because it is affecting real lives and real young people.
Sihle, thank you.
I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you think about Mr. Lonzi. But every time Mr. Lonzi speaks, he makes sense. Okay? He does make sense. And I don't want to lie to you. I'm trying to find what he's saying. I can't find anything. That's what I want. That's what I'm talking about. And you guys want us to keep quiet when people are saying things that are just mixed up and it's just all over the place. And when people are saying clear things, Mr. Lonzi is very clear, straightforward to the point. This is the problem. This is why this is wrong. This is why they were supposed to do. That's how it's done. Okay? Let me tell you guys, I'm very disappointed in Mr. Manamela. I will tell you why. In my heart, when Mr. Manamela has been in the portfolio or in the ministry, I think as a deputy minister, and I think he has been there for some time. I think he was there when Plate Mzimande has been there, and also he was there when the new minister came in and everything. And I'm very disappointed because he has been there. And according to me, if you are under someone, you are a deputy minister, you have to learn, you have to know what is wrong, you have to know where to fix, you have to know, if it happens that to become a minister, it should be very easy for you to do things right and to know where the problems were and to know, okay, I think the problem of this kind of a problem was caused by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The previous ministers, they failed to do 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. But unfortunately, immediately he assumes an office. Oh, guys, he starts with a very wrong foot. Already, boom, 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 there, stepping on the wrong foot there, boom, boom, boom. And then, boom, now he's been criticized. And then we've got the chairperson who's all over the place. Yeah, we've sent a letter. He hasn't responded yet. I'm like, what is going on? Anyway, let me not talk too much, ladies and gentlemen. Tell me, what do you think in the comment section? I was expecting more from Manamela. I was expecting more. Maybe I'm judging too much, but I'm judging because I was expecting something at least from him. Because he's been there. He should know now what is wrong, what is not wrong, and what not to do and what to do. But fortunately, I told you guys, in the ANC, it's gonna be difficult to find a person that you would actually say this one will actually do the do's. I know there are ministers that are there. You've got Mohupa there. Mr. Mohupa is doing well in terms of the electricity stuff. You've got who? Let me think. I don't know. That's the guy that I can think of right now. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. You can do what you have to do. Comment there. Tell me in the comment section. All right? Thank you so much. Oh, by the way, on Wednesdays, guys, I will be doing weekly Wednesday outstanding comment starting tomorrow. Gonna see, maybe your comment is going to appear there. One day. Maybe your comment will, I'm not saying I'm going to do it now. Maybe your comment will be the winner. One day, maybe I'm doing a giveaway or anything. So I will be starting to do that every Wednesday. and I think I will post the videos. They will be there. Maybe let's say at night. Let's do it at night. Maybe from 8 o'clock. I will post at 8 o'clock. Then you can see who is the comment I'm reading and maybe responding, and maybe we can see what the person was saying actually makes sense, and maybe if it's an because remember, if it's an outstanding comment, it means it's a good comment. It makes sense. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. You have a fantastic day. Of course, we're done. I'm out.